Last time on Dragonball GT. The ultimate evil created from the Dragon Balls has been destroyed thanks to the effort of Son Goku and Vegeta's god power. Along with Omega Shenron, Frieza was also taken back to Hell. Though Shenron was ready to depart with Goku, the Saiyan had matters left unattended that he needed to get to first. Most importantly, a great tournament with every single universe under Zeno's rule. However, unbeknownst to our heroes, a great threat loomed over the horizon where, though a different future, Earth had become nothing but hell. What will Goku and Vegeta do to further evolve their power? The ultimate challenge begins now. A power beyond time. What if Beerus woke up in GT, Part 3?
As Goku entered the flash of light emitted from Whiz's teleportation, he found himself grabbing onto Whiz's arm by his tail. Whiz looked at the Saiyan in a child's body, with a slight smile.
Well, Goku, I expected nothing less from you. Aren't you tired?
Goku simply smiled back at Whiz. Meanwhile, Beerus shook his head in disappointment. He would never admit it, but he had grown fond of the Saiyans. Goku in particular. They finally arrived at Zeno's planet, where they met the Grand Priest. They were soon joined by Universe 7's Kaioshin and the old Kaioshin. They all tried to stop Goku when he went up to Zeno and shook his hand. They were about the same height, and Zeno was confused. He had only ever seen Goku as a Super Saiyan 4, but soon recognized the tale and smiled at his friend Goku. The Saiyan reminded Zeno about the tournament to end all tournaments, and Zeno was enthusiastic about it. He told Goku that he'd begin to plan it. However, Zeno also told them that it would be more interesting if some universes would be destroyed in the process. Goku told him that that was too much, but Zeno said he'd think about it. He then gives Goku a button to call him anytime he wants. Everyone was upset at Goku, but they simply decided to just begin looking for the fighters. Goku already had some in mind: himself, Vegeta, Trunks, Goten, Oob, and Gohan. Though he would have liked Krillin and Piccolo, he didn't know if they would be powerful enough anymore. Gohan insisted on inviting Piccolo. Remember, in this reality, he never died. Goku agreed and tried to go and see Krillin. He found him hanging around Master Roshi at Kame House. The three reminisced upon old times. Goku even asked Krillin and Roshi if they wanted to join in the tournament, but they told Goku that they were past their prime.
Thanks, Goku, but I'm a little old now, and I'm sure you've made plenty of friends on your space travels.
Space travels? Goku hadn't thought about looking for people in space. He smirked and thanked the two before heading out. Goku looked up at the sky while standing on top of the lookout. Then they asked what he was doing, but Goku didn't reply. The Saiyan transformed into a Super Saiyan 4, placed 2 fingers on his forehead, and searched for everyone he knew around the universe. He finally located one and teleported to him. He found himself in the middle of a battle between 2 swordsmen. He watched as the hooded one defeated the other. Goku smiled at him until he finally noticed him. The hooded figure took off the hood and revealed that the blue alien was Legic. He didn't recognize him at first, but then quickly realized that this power belonged to the kid he fought not too long ago. Goku explained the situation and that the universe may be in danger. Legic agreed, but only if good money was offered to him. Goku said that he can wish for anything he wants if he wins. So Goku then searches for a powerful energy in space once again. However, he notices one he's never felt before. In a planet far away, Goku placed a hand on Legic's shoulder and teleported both of them to the planet. Once there, they looked around for the power. They followed the key presence up to a cave, where they found a man about the same age as Goku. He wore dirty fur around his waist and ate a spider in the dark. He had gold blonde hair. This was Broly, of course. The reason that in this reality Goku found Broly for the Tournament of Power was because he was looking specifically for outwardly fighters, unlike in Super, where he looked for people just from Earth. Goku attempted to talk to Broly, but the man wouldn't speak. Finally, Broly stood up and inspected Goku. He asked if he too was a Saiyan. Goku said yes, and asked if there was anybody else around. Broly shook his head and explained that his father had been dead for a long time. Goku put a hand on Broly's shoulder and told him that he knows what that feels like. But he recognizes that Broly is really strong and wanted to invite him for a tournament. After explaining what a tournament is, Goku asked to spar with Broly. The two fought for fun for a little bit, and Goku realized just how much potential the man had. But then, Broly began to get more and more violent, until Legic had to step in and help Goku keep Broly down. Turns out, Broly had kept his Super Saiyan state ever since Paragus died, and had slowly begun to take control over it himself. But when it came to fighting, he lost control nearly completely. There was no one that could keep him down like Paragus had, so he needed to keep himself in check. This Broly is much older, and told Goku that Paragus had told him, as he was dying, to keep calm and watch his power. Broly has tried his best ever since, and hasn't exploded in power like before, but it could still get bad sometimes. Goku offered Broly food, and the three went back to Capsule Corp. Once there, Goku needed to decide what his next challenger will be. Suddenly, a crash was heard outside. They went to investigate and found Trunks' future time machine with Trunks unconscious inside. Present Trunks went up to him and rested him on a bench. He thought it was the weirdest thing ever. This future Trunks is older than the one we know. Much older. I decided to make this story's time difference relative to the one shown in Super. So this future Trunks is in his early 50s, and he looks very worn down. Goku and Vegeta leaned over to look over him. When future Trunks woke up, he looked at the kid Goku. He was confused. For a second, he wanted to attack, but this Goku looks different. Future Trunks then realized he was in the past. Everyone gathered around him to hear Trunks' story, even Broly and Legic. As it turns out, an evil version of Goku had been ruling over the future. Along with him was a man in Vegeta's body, but he was much different than the Vegeta we know. Future Trunks elaborated that these two had killed many of his friends, but let a lot of Earth's population live to rule over. The only reason he had been able to survive for this long was because of his hit-and-run tactics and constant hiding. This was concerning to everybody, and Goku wanted to help for sure. He then told Trunks that together they would be able to help. Suddenly, a portal rips open, and out steps Goku Black. This Goku has an adult body, unlike present Goku. The two battle, and Goku shows off his Super Saiyan 4 state, and hits Black back onto his time. They realized how troubling this is. While Bulma recharges the time machine, Trunks gets shown Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 4 God, as well as some training. But perhaps most importantly was the long conversations he had with his true self, as he realized just how different it was. It made him want a normal life. Goku also goes with Beerus, where he meets Zamasu, the Kaioshin of that universe. See, since this is in the future, Zamasu is already a Kaioshin. Zamasu holds a weird grudge and anger against him, and he can tell. They even get a small sparring match, where Goku defeats him. It is finally time to return, but Goku will remember Zamasu. Goku wants to get Broly to help out, at least just for his abilities, but he thinks that maybe it will just be better to have a smaller team. But they head to the future. Trunks, Goku, Vegeta, and Bulma. Once they arrived, they find a horrible sight. They hit the time machine and watched the destroyed city. Earth looked completely different. Some people were around, but they looked all dark and mysterious. Vegeta looked over at Goku and asked,
"Doesn't this look familiar, Kakarot?"
Goku nodded. It was just like the planet Baby had created in their own timeline. There was no question about it. This was his doing, but Trunks told him that he wasn't alone. He was more of an underling to Goku Black. From what he gathered, Goku Black had only allowed Baby and his humans to live because of their similar ideals. Black saw Baby's mission of justice against the Saiyans and let him be. See, at this point, since Zamasu is actually a Kaioshin, he holds some different ideals, but the basis is still there. He still despises mortals and holds his own sense of justice above it all. He saw Baby as worthy of this justice. Bulma hit with the machine as the team confronted the two monsters, Baby Vegeta and Goku Black, but this time they had both changed. This time they were both Super Saiyan 4. Their power was tremendous, and out of the shadows stepped Zamasu. Goku was upset that the Kaioshin would ally himself with the likes of Baby. Zamasu had killed all the Kaioshins and God of Destruction through the universe, besides his own, where he trapped the God of Destruction inside a sword with help of Goku Black and Baby. This way, he wouldn't also die. A battle begun. Goku versus Goku Black, and Vegeta versus Baby Vegeta. Finally, Trunks versus Zamasu. Though they were holding up well against the enemies, Trunks was having a little more trouble. He was the reason, after all, that he lost his eye. It is soon revealed that Zamasu is immortal, and that Goku Black has not only wished for Goku's body, but looked for the Dragon Balls again to wish to be an adult in age. It was around the time where he was looking for the Dragon Balls, where he met baby Vegeta. Vegeta was having a lot of pleasure fighting baby, as he wanted to give him payback for taking over his body in the first place. There is no clear winner, and baby is really powerful. Goku and Vegeta are forced into their god state, which gives them a huge advantage over the villains. Though their battle is vicious, it was time to end it. Vegeta knew that he'd have to kill his own body to destroy baby. Meanwhile, Black and Zamasu saw no other option than to fuse to finish off the heroes. They used their Potara earrings and fuse. Baby Vegeta laughs as he declares victory, when suddenly Zamasu throws a giant fiery key ball down. It was meant to kill the heroes, but baby was in the way, just barely escaping. All three heroes catch the sphere, and just barely manage to push it out into space. They needed to escape and hide for a while. Goku grabbed onto Trunks and Vegeta, and teleported as far away as possible, and hit their power level instantly.
Hey kids, don't go away. We'll be right back. And now back to our show.
Vegeta was worried about Bulma, but Goku knew that she'd be okay as long as they don't find the time machine. They took a moment to rest. Goku had brought a few centipedes with him, just 3. They each ate one. Goku looked at the hilt of Trunks' sword. There was some green fabric tied to it. He asked what that was about. Trunks explained that he had met a girl long ago that helped him battle Black for a long time, but she died by his hand. The fabric was part of the beanie that she used to wear. Goku promised Trunks that they would defeat the monsters. He looked over at Vegeta and told him that he had an idea. The 3 teleported back to the battle area. Their first order of business was to destroy Baby, so they can focus on Zamasu. So Goku and Vegeta gang up on Baby, as Goku uppercuts him into the air, and Vegeta fires a final flash against Baby that sends him up onto the sun. The power of 2 Super Saiyan 4 gods was way too much for him. Finally, it was just Zamasu. He damned Goku and Vegeta for killing Baby and getting in the way of his justice. Trunks had been keeping him busy for a while. Now it was time for their plan.
Fusion! Ha!
Goku and Vegeta fused into Gogeta to confront Zamasu. However, their combined power of the 2 Saiyans had unlocked a completely further state of Super Saiyan God 4. This power had a blue aura and hair.
The fusion of 2 Saiyans with the power of God should be interesting.
And it was a power like no one had ever seen before. The battle was intense, but it seemed like Zamasu can't keep up with Gogeta's power. The 2's punches shook the entire world, and everyone on Earth had to hide from the earthquakes. After a big bang Kamehameha, Zamasu's body began to become goopy and gross.
How could I be defeated by a child?
But Goku and Vegeta knew that they didn't have much time left. Gogeta begins to charge another giant Big Bang, but instead absorbs it back onto his body. Gogeta rushes at Zamasu, jumping over him and using a Hakai on Zamasu, just as they defused. It looked like they had defeated him, but his energy began to spread all throughout the cosmos. Goku thought back to Omega and how they got rid of his negative energy, but they didn't have a large enough power source. He had to call Zeno. The little guy soon arrived and destroyed all of the universe. As Zamasu spread, the trio got away, but soon returned to find him. Him and Goku hit it off right away, and he was taken back to Zeno's place, where he met his present self. Meanwhile, Trunks was saddened by the destruction of his world.
We could find you a new universe, one better for you, though there may be 2 of you.
Goku tried to convince Trunks to stay for the Tournament of Power, but Vegeta told Goku to let him leave to his new home. So it was back to square one. Before they could keep recruiting members, Goku had to tell Beerus about the dangers that Zamasu posed to the universe. Together they warned the God of Destruction, and with his help, they trapped Zamasu inside of a sword, just like Beerus had done to Universe 7's old Kaioshin. Zamasu would stay there until they found a new Kaioshin to take his place. They couldn't just kill him after all. Goku finally got an idea for a new member, and with the help of Vegeta and the others, found the Dragon Balls once more. They summoned Shenron.
Goku, is it time for you to come with me?
Shenron asked. Goku said no, and explained that they need one more final warrior to defend the universe. So, Goku asked for Nova Shenron.
This wish is a powerful one, not one I can do easily. But if it will help defend the universe...
Get on with it.
Oh, yes, Lord Beerus.
And from a flash of light, Nova Shenron appeared. They tried to explain the situation to him, but he waved it off. Nova already knew everything there was to know about the situation, as they had explained it to Shenron, and so the team was set for the Tournament of Power. Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Goten, Gohan, Oob, Piccolo, Broly, Legic, and Nova. With some time before the tournament, the team got some training done. Broly in particular trained with Goku and Piccolo to meditate and harness his ki. It worked well, but weren't sure for how long. Goku and the rest said goodbye to their friends and family. They promised they would return in a few minutes. Bra hugged her brother and father, while Goku gave a smile to Chi-Chi. Off they went to the next challenge. There were hundreds of fighters in the arena, and they all wanted Goku's head. Of course, there would be way too many battles to cover, so let's just stick with some of the most important ones. For example, Alilasa, the giant android monster thing. It was difficult for anyone to stand in his way. His power was just that massive, but it was thanks to the efforts of Nova Shenron that he was defeated, as he managed to push through his attacks by engulfing himself on fire and rushing him out of the arena. Legic and Piccolo had a couple of battles together. They defeated quite a large number of enemies and enjoyed being teammates. Their most important battle together came about when the trio of the Dangers tried to sneak up on them. It was a tough battle, but they managed to knock them out, thanks to Piccolo using his stretchable arms and multi-form technique, while Legic used his incredible speed and abilities. Legic also battled Hit, two bounty hunter assassins. It was a truly epic battle. Though neither of them could kill, they sure as hell tried their hardest to get close to it. In the end, however, Hit came out on top and knocked Legic out. Ribrianne's giant butterfly stage was another challenge for our heroes. Without many options left, Goten and Trunks fused into Gotenks. They used a galactic donut around the giant woman to prevent her from escaping as they fired a big tree cannon into her. This proved to be not enough, but Goku took the opportunity. Nova chucked Goku far towards the woman as Goku clenched his fist and punched through her with a dragon fist, defeating her. Gohan and Piccolo also defeated the Namekians, similar to in canon, though they had a little more trouble. Broly managed to keep himself calm and in base form for the majority of the battle against Kale and Caulifla. He took both of them on at the same time, until Caulifla took over the battle completely. There was a moment where Caulifla got the upper hand, having learned Super Saiyan 2 from Goku not long before. Caulifla beat down on Broly in a relentless flurry of punches. This was a bad move, and it awoke Broly's fury. He became a danger to everyone, but Caulifla especially was punished. Kale's own rage was awoken by this, and the two Berserker Saiyans duked it out. It was a crazy battle where most of the stage became nothing but rubble. Other fighters were being knocked out of the arena left and right for simply standing too close. The Dragon team had to do something, and they had to team up with other universes to do it. Piccolo grabbed Broly by the arms, while Hit, Goku, and Toppo grabbed onto him to slow him down. On the other side, Caulifla, Kaba, Gotenks, and Dispo did the same thing. It seemed to work for a second, but Broly suddenly blasted through his mouth and knocked Dispo out of bounds in the process. If this kept up, he would kill someone. Goku yelled at everybody to get far away from Broly, but Hit and Jiren joined him. Together, they began to battle Broly, while Vegeta, Toppo, Kaba, and Caulifla battled Kale. This team up worked out in the end, and Hit used his time skip as Goku and Jiren blasted Broly out of bounds and into his base form, knocking him out in the process. Kale, meanwhile, mastered her Berserker state. Finally, they could continue the tournament, but Broly had already taken out a lot of the fighters, including Dispo, Magetta, Piccolo, and Frost. Eventually, Goku was forced to use the Genki-Dama against Jiren. Goku was tired and beat after the Broly battle, but he had to win. The Genki-Dama didn't work, but it forced him to break through his limits and unlock Omen Ultra Instinct. Though Goku was doing very well against Jiren, in this state, his small body couldn't handle it for very long, and was pushed out of it before being saved by Nova Shenron. When Caulifla and Kale fused, Gotenks took on the challenge. Two fusions against each other. Kefla's power was incredible, but Gotenks' was too. However, it was obvious that Kefla was winning. That was, until Gotenks used his Super Saiyan 3. Finally, there was an ultimate ki battle between the two until the beams exploded together, knocking both of the fusions out of bounds. Kaba and Oob had a long desired battle after Vegeta switched with Oob in the last tournament. It was a fierce battle where Goku and Vegeta rooted for opposite teams. It all came down to Oob using Goku's rock scissors paper to attack Kaba, sending him flying out of the stage. Jiren also knocked out Hit out of bounds, similar to in canon. Gohan was defeated when him and Nova Shenron teamed up to take down the God Power Toppo. Though they managed to do it, Nova ended up badly hurt, and Gohan was eliminated. Eventually, the final few fighters fell, while Goku and Vegeta faced Jiren. Though Super Saiyan 4 God was powerful, it was still struggling against Jiren. After all, the two Saiyans had been already hurt through the battles, and Goku de-transformed. Oob came in and tried to help as Jiren almost eliminated Goku. While he did this, Goku realized that Ultra Instinct might be the only way they could defeat the monster. But how? His young body couldn't take it. He didn't know if it would work. But Jiren defeated Oob, and Vegeta was knocked back, and he could only watch as Jiren launched a giant blast against Goku. The child focused, and for a second it seemed like he was doing nothing. It all seemed lost. But suddenly, Nova appeared in front and jumped onto the attack, saving Goku from it. Nova looked back as he tried to push back the blast, and realized that there was something different about Goku, a heat that even he couldn't match. Nova couldn't handle the blast, and Jiren's attack crashed against the arena, but neither Goku nor Nova were there. In their place was a small galaxy that expanded wide. Inside it was Goku in his Super Saiyan 4 state, holding Nova, but Goku's hair was different. Goku and the galaxy disappeared, and Nova was placed on the ground, barely conscious. Jiren tried to blast where Goku was walking, but Goku disappeared and reappeared behind Jiren, and blasted him in the face. Let me explain this for a second. Ultra Instinct is treated as more of a thing anyone can eventually learn, rather than the transformation by itself. You could call it a technique. Though Goku's child body couldn't handle Ultra Instinct Domin, he realized that maybe Super Saiyan 4 could. After all, it is a separate line of transformations from Super Saiyan, so I don't see why he couldn't have used Ultra Instinct while in it. It may be somewhat fanfiction-y, but this series is already crazy enough. I think we can take this one, can't we? I also thought it would just be fun to see. Goku vs Jiren continued, as Nova and Vegeta watched from afar. They knew at least one of them needed to stay in the arena until Jiren was defeated. Although Goku was winning, Ultra Instinct wouldn't last very long. Even if it did last a little longer than his regular state, he was at the verge of winning when Ultra Instinct disappeared and Goku reverted back to child size. Beerus and Whis couldn't believe it, and the two Sennos were very amused by this whole display of power. Vegeta had an idea. With the last of his power, Vegeta turns into Super Saiyan 4 and rushes at Jiren before he can defeat Goku. He grabs onto Jiren and pushes him as far out of the arena as he could. Jiren breaks free and punts Vegeta towards Nova. Vegeta stops himself, and Nova blasts Jiren. The alien, however, jumps above the blast. This was exactly what Vegeta was planning, and Goku, who had a little power left, helped out as well. They both jumped in the air to meet Jiren's gaze, who began to charge a blast. However, the blast wouldn't come, as Goku and Vegeta managed one final Kamehameha and Gallic Gun. This would push them out of the arena as well, thanks to the recoil of the blasts. But it was okay. They did it just in time, and both Jiren and the Saiyans were knocked out of bounds. The winner was declared to be Nova Shenron, and the Super Shenron was summoned. It was a very weird feeling for Nova to see a dragon who's essentially his father, but as Goku had asked him, he wished for the universes to be returned. The fighters returned to Earth with promises from Jiren and the other universes to battle again soon. Broly would stay on Earth and train to learn to control his power. Vegeta and the kids offered to help. Legic got some money from Bulma and promised to visit. And finally, it was time to say goodbye to Nova. They thanked him for his help and told him that it was a blast. He agreed and gave Goku one final smile before a flash of light covered the area and Shenron appeared in his place. Goku looked at Shenron and back at his friends. He knew it was time to leave, at least for a little bit. He'd be back sometime, he promised. He looked back at Pan and gave her a big hug. Shenron bid them farewell as Goku climbed on top of him. Vegeta put his hand on Pan's shoulder and handed her a gi that looked just like her grandpa's. He said he'd found it at the tournament. She thanked Vegeta, as Beerus tried not to cry, though Whis assured Beerus that Goku would return. Shenron and Goku had a conversation as old, tired friends. As they reminisced on the past, Shenron then disappeared, but with the promise that Earth will be safe thanks to the efforts of Goku and his friends. And this concludes the story of what if Beerus woke up in GT, at least for now. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Smugstick. I hope you enjoyed this 3-part saga. I know it went pretty crazy sometimes, but I do really hope you enjoyed it. Until we meet again, see ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Smugstick, unless you want to be destroyed. Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.